various strange things. And I haven't dreamt in a really long time, and it's just started again. I dreamt about someone who was not in love with me being completely infatuated with me recently, which was just so strange.
That's an interesting question. I'm going to be totally honest here. I dream about me being in situations that I probably would not be in real life. For instance, what would I do if there was a fire in a building? What would I do if, there was a hostage situation? What would I do if I was stranded on an island or, plane crash and got stranded? I actually dream about really weird and life-threatening situations, and I just dream about what would I do. Yeah, I think I don't know, I always wake up wondering, would I actually act out what I dream about? Thankfully, never had to answer that question, but those are the kinds of things that I dream about.
I dream about the weirdest things. Let me think. Oh, there was one. Once I dreamt that I was auditioning for Saturday Night Live, and like it was down to me and one other girl, and the whole cast was like, "Oh my gosh, we like you so much better than we like her. We're gonna tell Lauren he needs to hire you." And so then we were about to go to the final stage of the audition, and they were like, "You have to paint these portraits for these people." And I was like, "Okay, bet, let's go, let's paint them." And I remember the last like group that I had to paint a portrait for was the Ninja Turtles, but not like the 80s 90s movie Ninja Turtles, not the new like CGI Ninja Turtles. And like I got through painting the whole thing, and I was about to we were all about to look at the painting, and then I woke up, and I just remember being really upset because I wanted to know what that painting looked like. But yeah, I dream about some interesting things.
They're all over the place, my dreams. The most recent one has been, I had it 2 nights ago, the last dream I can remember. And in the dream, I remembered that I had this dream before, and it is horrifying. I am an accomplice in an awfully awful, violent murder, and I can't stop it. Every time I try to stop it, I just stand there and watch it happen, and it's just the darkest, most horrific dream I continue to have, or I at least had twice in a short period of time. Hopefully I don't have that dream anymore, but yeah, sometimes I have some really dark dreams, which I don't enjoy.
Yeah, it's usually just kind of day-to-day stuff, like regular happenings and going-ons with friends and family. I did have a weird like couple of months last year. I was traveling a lot for work, and didn't feel particularly stressed, but I think work travel is always a little bit stressful. And I had, I think like 3 dreams in the course of a month that I killed someone. And it was a different scenario in each dream, but I woke up from the last one and I was like, all right, this is creepy because I keep having these dreams. And on top of that, I was waking up from these dreams of killing someone, whether it was in my defense or in defense of friends or whatever, and feel oddly refreshed. Like usually when you have stressful dreams, for me at least, I wake up and I'm exhausted and I feel like emotionally drained and it's been a hard night. But no, I woke up from like killing someone with my bare hands in a total like Matrix style anti-gravity fight, like ready to go and take on the day. That was weird. That was really weird. That stopped. Thank God. That doesn't happen anymore, or at least hasn't happened again since the summer, but that was weird. But yeah, normally my dreams are not like crazy. They're pretty normal.
Oh, my dreams are weird. They're always weird. I've never had a normal dream, I don't think. Like I had had so many. Oh, okay. Well, I could tell you some if you want. I had a dream this one time that I was at a beach selling something with all of my friends, and out of nowhere we see these men also selling things, but they were selling things better because they had huge breast implants. Right. I don't really know where that came from. So we all gave up on our selling of our objects and we just decided to go swimming. So me and all these friends start swimming in the ocean, and then out of nowhere, in the sky, there's this huge, you know, those like curtain acrobat girls? Well, there was one of those curtain-like things, but instead of just a curtain, it was some sort of rainbow spider web that I was able to do all these acrobatic tricks on. So all of my friends were watching, and then we finished, or I finished, and I started swimming again. And then one of my friends goes, "Oh, you see that cabin? It's just this little wooden cabin in the middle of the ocean that isn't realistic at all." But one of my friends said, "Oh, that's the cabin that Obama used to live in." And all of us were like, "Wow, that's amazing." And one of them said, "Aw, man, like, I wish we could go back in time so that we could pretend that we're drowning, and then Obama would save us, and then he would invite us to dinner in his ocean cabin." So that was part of it. And then afterwards, we all started swimming again, and then out of nowhere, the entire ocean just drains. All of the water is gone, but I'm still swimming in the air, like one of those Acme cartoons where before they look down, they don't fall. So I was just swimming in the air, and all of my friends are like, "Angela, no, stop, you're in the air." So I was like, what could possibly be happening? So I look down, and then obviously I fall because that's how cartoons work. And then out of nowhere, in the center of the ocean, these two huge beams of light just shoot up. And then it turns out that it was a memorial to 9/11. And that was the weirdest dream I've ever had. Just bizarre. And then I think my other favorite quote from a dream that I've ever had was, I was with one of my friends, and we were helping a female version of Humpty Dumpty up a ladder, I guess, up to the top of her wall. And my friend looks up female Humpty Dumpty's skirt, and I look over and I say, "Why would you do that? She has enough problems as it is already." And I woke up and I just started cracking up because I was like, where does my mind even go to come up with these things? So I like my dreams. They're interesting. They're fun. And a few times they've inspired art, so I like them.
I kind of notoriously have really, like, very scary dreams, like, tragedies, terrible things happening, like, at one point I remember having, like, a recurring dream that, there was, like, some kind of, like, it wasn't like a Holocaust, but it was definitely like a Nazi regime that were taking a bunch of people captive and, like, killing them in large numbers. And my dream takes place, like, right when the good guys have won, like, the U.S. government has defeated them, and they are packing up like half of my family members on a plane to go back to the U.S. And they also have like 6 Nazi soldiers that they're also taking back on the same plane to the U.S. to, like, they're going to be in prison. Like, it's just like a known thing that everyone knows, like, we just won and they're bringing people back to the U.S. and everyone's like cheering. And then as we watch the plane take off, it explodes. Like, everyone watches it like it had been, like, laced with tons of explosives. And I just know in that moment that I just lost my entire family. And then I wake up. But I used to have that dream all the time, and I have like dreams just that are terrible, like people getting hurt, like, all the time. Somehow they don't affect my positive demeanor. I have very, I think, anxiety-ridden dreams. A lot of things that are right now work-related, or things going on in my life. My dreams don't make sense, but they're a lot to do. I think if I dug into them, a lot to do with suppressed anxiety.
I suppose it depends. I think I dream quite a bit about really just a lot of my dreams involve just purely being myself and just living in the moment and not allowing myself to be inhibited, feeling invincible and feeling like I can do anything that I want. So I always feel unconstrained by dreams. And one of the things that I always do when I am dreaming is I look in the mirror, and almost always my distortion of myself is altered, and so much so that it's actually, you know, the way I see myself is very different than how I see myself in reality.
A lot of my dreams are stress dreams. If I've been working a lot at the bar, I'll have dreams that I'm still serving. So if I do a lot of shifts in a row, I'll absolutely get that. Another recurring dream I have is that I'm trying to shout, and it's usually to my mother. I'm trying to shout and yell something, and I can't move and no sound is coming out. So I keep trying harder, and I can't either get her attention or get her to change what she's doing. And then I actually wake up from the sound of myself screaming in my sleep.
Sadly, I don't dream that often. I mean, I know everyone dreams, but I suppose I don't remember it. I think in part that could be because relatively often I smoke weed before bed, and I've been told that inhibits dreaming or remembering dreaming. But I've had some interesting dreams recently. Usually they incorporate my life, as I guess everyone does. A lot of times I'll have dreams that are sort of like this whirlwind of people I know, but we're in this crazy place, like maybe it's a giant hotel, or and we're trying to get from one place to another. That tends to be kind of the general theme of a lot of the dreams that I have. It'll be like a multi-part trip, if you will, in different places with different people that I know. And sometimes there's a goal, and sometimes there's something chasing us, but and they can be either happy tone or scary tone. But yeah, I think that's kind of a general theme for me.
Lately, I've been dreaming about eating junk food a lot because I'm on a pretty strict diet. So those dreams are pretty traumatizing, actually, where I'm just eating a lot of pizza and hamburgers, sometimes in odd places, and there's grease dripping down my front. Yeah, very awkward. And then also lately, I don't remember my dreams often, but there's this girl that, I don't know, I had a really strong connection with, and it was kind of a missed opportunity. And I randomly dream about her still, and I don't think about her on a day-to-day basis, but she pops into my dreams a lot, which is interesting. Very mundane situations, too. It's not even anything intense. It's we'll be sitting somewhere randomly having a conversation about nothing, but it always sticks out in my mind. She's deep in my subconscious somewhere, I imagine.